Despite a robust jobs report and soaring stock market, President Biden continues to face headwinds when it comes to convincing voters the U.S. economy is strong. While the price of gasoline has dropped, other items like groceries are still expensive.
And this really is. If there's one issue that stays there, I always remember, my dad in our family, my dad, of course, filled up all the gas, filled up gas tanks, and he went grocery shopping.
Oh, yeah.
And George would give us a report when he came back. Can you believe
about the
milk
economy
costs? Can you believe how much? And we would hear it,
Yeah, but that's
every Saturday when he would come. It's a great
Everybody
gauge.
has to buy groceries.
It's a great gauge.
In fact, according to Pew Research, 72% of Americans say they're very concerned about the cost of food and consumer goods. Our next guest is taking a look at what's driving those prices so high. Joining us now, White House economics reporter for The Washington Post, Jeff Stein. So, Jeff, what is it?
Yeah, grocery prices are still climbing from when Joe's dad bought them. It's incredible. We've seen inflation come down from 9% to 3%, huge progress, but a bunch of idiosyncratic factors, including floods in California and the hurricane in Florida and other international shocks, including the war in Ukraine, have meant that even though some consumer prices for things like used cars and gasoline have fallen, grocery prices remain really sticky. They rose by 12% 2 years ago, which was the highest number in over 4 decades. They rose by another 5% last year. And this is the number one way that people say that inflation is still hurting them, far more than housing, far more than gas. As Joe was saying, this is the critical economic issue, and there's no really easy option for the Biden administration. They have approved the biggest expansion of food stamps in generations, and that has been huge for keeping the bottom 40 million or so people from really facing a much bigger spike in food insecurity. But if you're right above that threshold in sort of the lower middle class, you're not really seeing that benefit, and you're also being crushed by these huge increases. We've seen some price normalization: lettuce, eggs, tomatoes, apples, all those things have come in the right direction, and the White House is really eager to continue to see that progress as some of these, as I said, idiosyncratic supply chain factors play out. But the volatility of it is really shocking to people. And, I do my grocery shopping, and you see just things that seem inexplicable. And that makes people feel, according to the Democratic pollsters I talk to, like there's something that's wrong with the economy, something fundamentally broken or out of control that makes them feel this sense of instability, even if their wages are up substantially.
So, Jeff, if inflation is ticking down, and it is broadly in this country, which is a trend in the right direction for people who go out and buy things, everybody in this country, what is it specifically? You mentioned the supply chain. What is it specifically about food prices that remain so stubborn? I was at the Stop and Shop yesterday, and it remains staggering when you get that final number up there on the screen. It can't be real, but it is. And is there hope that they can tick down here in the next few months?
There's a lot of hope for the Biden administration in that the Agriculture Department is still projecting basically flat food inflation for this year. So that's a really good sign if you're a Democrat, that things will not continue to get worse. But really, we're in this era of climate-related agricultural industrial shocks that have really made this situation very, very volatile. And, we had an avian flu outbreak. 80 million birds were affected in Florida because of the hurricanes. You had the worst citrus output since the Great Depression last year. And while those individual things will normalize this year, we don't know what, the current natural disasters in California or other global natural disasters could cause. We've also seen a bunch of nations institute export restrictions in the wake of the war in Ukraine. When global commodity prices rose, a lot of nations said, we're going to keep our stuff here, which made sense for them, but sort of reduced global supply. And since these are such global markets, we continue to see, sunflower oil and other kind of important products that come from Southeast Asia in particular. A lot of those nations are holding onto their product, and that continues to suggest that we'll see this weird volatility through the year.
All right, White House economics reporter for The Washington Post, Jeff Stein, thank you so much for your reporting and insight this morning.